Hey folks, had another question on my setup here between my MPC and Eurorack and things. So if you're gonna try and do a quick explanation of what's going on. So a first thing to note, if you have an MPC1, you'll have to set this up differently because anything that comes out of outputs 1 and 2 is also mirrored on your headphones, and you can't just dump that into your Eurorack and then have it come back into the inputs because you'll create a feedback loop. At any rate, if you have a live, whether it's the Make 1, Make 2, or an X for the MPC series, because you have extra outputs, you can take and output those from your system from the MPC to your Eurorack, or you could route it other places. But what I have going on here is I have outputs 3 and 4 are going to working as a stereo pair going over to Eurorack, and then outputs 5 and 6 are doing the same thing. So I know there's a big cable mess here, but if you followed the lines, I have them coming into the Laddick P520, I believe it is, which I've modified into the side of this make noise case. And what is happening is I've got 3 and 4 here. These two are then being signal boosted from line level. The Laddick's doing this is taking the line level signal and boosting it to Euro level. And then it's going into the Morphogene up here. And then similarly, I have the outputs from the Akai for 5 and 6 are then going into the Laddick to be boosted to from line level to Eurorack level to this other Morphogene. That goes through this whole setup. And then what I'm doing is routing through different signals, effects, getting things going, and it's coming into the ST mix from Bafaco. So I can use this as my stereo mixer. The outputs from here from the Bafaco are then going into the 4MS wave recorder, just so if I want to record takes or sounds or other things I'm working on, I have a quick way to kind of dump them here. From the wave recorder, it is then going into the Laddick, I believe it's the A520 is the one that takes the Eurorack level. There's some resistors in there, and we'll drop the Eurorack level down to line level so that you don't blow out your system or end up with massive distortion. Then these outputs are coming back in to, here for my line in. So line in on the MPC, ultimately. I have some other routing going on where it's going through this mixer and everything else, but this is a very easy setup to do. And if you ignore that I have the SPs here in the mixer, I'm just turning them on so I can show you. But I can take something like this and right now, if I turn this off, no sound, turn the switch back on, I'm just using the live to play some sounds. Just created a really simple drum loop. And one of the things I'm doing frequently in my recordings for some of the live sets I've been doing, I turn these back on just so that the sound's going through them, but I won't actually set up, I'm trying to filter off so that they're not impacting the sound. But from here, a couple things I can do. So I've just loaded up a basic drum kit. I can then take the audio, it might be hard to see here, but if I go output 1 and 2, which is just going through the speaker, I can move it to either 3 or 4 and go through the upper chain on my Eurorack up here. So come through this setting, or if I go to 5 and 6, it'll go through whatever I have set up and configured here. Now, I hit play, we're not hearing anything, but you can see for like the wave recorder and stuff, things are moving. So we have a signal going. The problem is I just need to go into the sampler. And first of all, I got to turn the sampler on so that I get audio coming through. And as I said, this is usually where I had left the settings for things. So the reason why we're not hearing anything is I just happened to turn the volume down on the Boss SP303. But this is how I'm frequently doing this is, again, output going from 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, get that into Eurorack. Then from the Eurorack, you can have it come back out through your inputs. And really you just need to make sure that you have monitoring turned on. So if you're looking to get things going and you just want to use some of your effects, this is a quick way to do it. So again, to show you, I've got 3 and 4 going. If I go up here on this chain, I can do things like use mimeophone. I can get some like flanging kind of sounds. I can use data bender to start crunching it up. So anyway, hopefully that helps you if you're trying to figure out how to get your MPC hooked up to Eurorack through the audio and do some processing or anything. It's pretty simple. It doesn't really require a whole lot to it. So good luck. And if you got questions, post them in the comments. I'll see what I can do to try and help out. Thanks, guys. Bye.